Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Black Manga Critic. I am back. I'm back. All right. For that My Hero greatness. All right. Some people think I don't like My Hero like that. I actually really love My Hero. Again, I like all the things that I read, but I'm critical of the stuff that I read. I gotta start these videos this way. All right. Even though I think some people know, they just know. They know that I love My Hero. Otherwise, I wouldn't be reacting to it. I wouldn't be ever reacting at all to My Hero. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Okay. Unless I was just like a hater. Just gotta grab my AC remote so I can put on my AC. All right. Put on my AC. It's hot. It's hot. Okay, but let's get into it, y'all. My Hero greatness. All right. I'm starting with My Hero because I don't want to start with The Promised Neverland. When I start with My Hero, right, we can talk about certain things. I can talk about how the chapter is, how I felt about it, Okay. And then people kind of know, oh, he's reacting to My Hero. Then I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna watch out for the Neverland reaction. Okay. That's kind of why I'm doing it in this order. And why I used to do Neverland last, because it was like people understood that. I think that's kind of how I went with it. Then, for whatever reason, I was just doing Neverland on its own in terms of reactions, and that didn't end well. So, My Hero first, then Promised Neverland. One Piece is on break. So I think I'm just going to do 2 chapters today, 2 chapters that I'm going to be reacting to. And then Shokugeki, I believe I will do tomorrow. I'm going to do Shokugeki tomorrow. It's just prep work. I got a lot of stuff that I got to do for these classes. So it's prep work, stuff like that. So I got to get that ready. All right. Let's get into it. We got to do My Hero, chapter 192, live reaction, initial thoughts. Yo, Tom, what's good? What's good? It's good. It's good. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. My Hero Academia, chapter 192. Chapter 192. Yes. And a beautiful color page. Color pages are always like wonderful. I've never seen a color page that I didn't like. I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen a color page that I didn't like. I really have not seen that. So this is dope. Maybe Fairy Tail. Those tended to be like pretty annoying and just like unnecessary in a lot of ways. I think that's it. That's about it. And maybe some Shokugeki color pages too. We're kind of like, I'm not really feeling that. But I think that's about it. Anything that was like particularly over, like, sexualized and everything like that, I was like, I'm not feeling that. But okay, move on. I like what's going on here. Very nice, very nice. All right, Deku with the kind of dancery pants. Like those are the kind of pants that like you see like a lot of like dancers wear and stuff like that. Except like the top parts will be baggy and then the bottom, like around their like ankles and stuff, will be like very like thin. Because reasons. I feel like there's like a dancer's reason for that, but I'm not sure. Because I love dancing, but like I mean maybe like room to breathe and like in your like quad area or whatever, but like with your ankles it doesn't really matter, I guess. I don't know. And I guess so you don't trip up. Whatever. My Hero. Let's talk about My Hero. What am I talking about? All right. 192. And let's go. It is entitled The Todoroki Family. All right, so we're going to get into some stuff today. 2 days later, of course, I come to help. We go way back. And anything for the top hero, naturally. I want some Pez. That's a recovery girl, right? Helping Endeavor heal. Endeavor suffered heavy injuries, but thanks to surgery and recovery girl's efforts, his life was saved. Woo, he got the scar. All right, because it's on the left side of his face, like Todoroki. All right, symbolism. All right, that's how that works. Motifs, boy, motifs. Okay, for all y'all out there, literary devices on the move. All right, Horikoshi using those literary devices. Let's go. In the aftermath, Mirko hopped off again. That league really grinds my gears. Always so sneaky, right? I'm off to search for him. Mirko, do not get yourself into too much trouble. Look what happened to Endeavor. All right? Be careful, please. But if you can beat down some villains, go for it. I'm all for it. All right. I'm just glad you didn't lose your left eye, especially since it would have been my fault. How vain of you to believe that. It's my responsibility and mine alone if I get hurt. Can I use that when I get hurt too? Don't think that I'm apologizing. More importantly, that Nomu made a beeline straight for us. And right when we arrived in town. Interesting coincidence. Sure is. You're killing me here, man. Yo. Hawks is like, I'm trying to do this double agent thing right, but you're too smart. Why? All right, he trying. But of course, the new top two are going to attract attention, walking around near the station. The enemy must have spotted us and jumped on the opportunity. Telling him to get out there and drum up support was just an excuse to position him for an attack that was meant to come the next day. The fact that I'm in contact with the villains has got to stay top secret. It's also possible that the rumors about Nomu popping up were just bait to lure heroes out to hunt. Anyhow, I'd better get in touch with the team searching for the League. Yeah? Watch your back. Huh? As long as we're after these guys, we'll need to cooperate to deal with high-level threats like that thing. Huh? Huh. Didn't know you cared, Endeavor. Who knew? I'll roast you up, I swear. Oh, Lord. Once my plumage has grown back, I'll be airborne and active again. It'll probably take just another day or so. That's dope. So now we know, right? Like his wings take like time to grow back. That's interesting, right? So it's like if he gets into some really heavy stuff, he can't really do much for a while. He'll take it easy, I hope. Yeah. See you later. Is all this really necessary? We wouldn't suggest it otherwise. So he's thinking about the conversation he had with sort of like the hero organization and everything, and those sort of governmental officials. By infiltrating their organization, we'll get them from within and from the outside. Suggest it? Funny calling it a suggestion when it's an offer I can't refuse. Shame on you. I won't deny it, Hawks. We got lucky that you couldn't make it to Kamino. A child? It was a mere child who saved you all? Unbelievable. That was a high-speed accident. From this, find this wonder child quickly. Oh, yo, Hawks. This kid's been blessed with real talent. Definitely hero material. Your family won't want for anything going forward. We'll see to that, little guy. If dirtying my hands can somehow bring everyone peace of mind, I'll gladly take on this task. I'm Hawks, the man who's a bit too fast. A society where heroes can enjoy a little boredom. I'll make it happen. I promise. At my trademark top speed. Interesting. Okay, we move on. All right, I get to know a bit more about how sort of Hawks is thinking, right? But the mystery's still there about like, is he good? Is he evil? Is he an anti-hero? Is he a villain that has good intentions, right? Because everybody wants to talk about good intentions. All right, let's move on. Add your raw egg, and the dish is done. So they're watching like, I don't know, Food Wars or something like that. I don't know, right? Great work, Dad. Been a while, huh? The family interaction. Shoto got special permission to come home. I invited his teacher too, but he refused. Anyway, amazing job there. Nasty scar you got there. That is the best. True, but not even because it's so good and so necessary and so warranted. Nasty scar you got there, Dad. Right? Like, it's so good. Oh man. keep it going. Let's keep it going. I love it. I love it. Ah, warms my heart. And then he just slurs the noodles. Ah, it's so good. It's like one of them sip teas, one of them sip tea gifs. So good, so good. And then and then what's his name? Natsu, that he slurps his noodles. Yo, that's so funny. Hey, you two, feel like congratulating dad at least? Oh man, this is so accurate in some ways. We promised to play nice, didn't we? Especially since he's making an effort to reflect on family affairs. At least don't look so scornful like that. Yo, they're still slurping. Yes, good stuff. I can still hear you. Sorry, sis, I just can't do it. And not to. If you got something to say, then say it. Say it? That's rich, coming from a guy who's never even looked me in the eye. Listen to this. I didn't know Shoto loved soba until today. Why? Because you never let him play with us failed experiments. Woo! Ooh! 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 Let's move on. Oh! Golly! Oh, goodness. Oh! Oh! Don't look at them, Shoto. They belong to a different world than you. Natsu. He's not abandoning us, his past or his family. I know he's trying to make sense of it all. I get the feeling that mom and sis here want to forgive you, but all I see is the same maniac who all of a sudden is getting rave reviews. You might look like a changed man, but you're not. You abandoned us failures. Left us to hear mom scream, Shoto's cries, and big bro Toya too. Toya? You're being the top hero and beating some big baddie can't erase any of that. Did you decide to have a change of heart? Think we can just hug things out and make up? It's sickening. Don't you get that? I can't say freaking get that, but like, don't you freaking get that? Let's go. All right. Let's go. Come on, man. Ain't erasing none of that. None of that. I'm trying to make amends going forward. Oh, get out of here. Oh my Lord. You know what the worst thing about it is? This is in his character, right? Like this is in his character. Like it's in his character to just do the tough guy thing and da. I mean, I don't know. Although like I don't know what's going on with like I don't know. Like is he looking down? He's looking somber. I can't read it, but like it's like I don't know. It's like a defense mechanism, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to make amends going forward. That's so? Sorry, sis. Thanks for the food, at least. Not to. Ugh, should have known. But with Shoto at UA and finally being able to see mom again, and now that she's starting to cheer up, since you're making an effort, I thought we might just turn into a real family. This is pretty realistic. Like there's like, you know, when you have like children are affected in different ways, right? So, you know, it's just this nice, really nice spectrum that's being shown in terms of the effects of abuse on like a family, right? It's never like that's what it often isn't the same throughout, right? Everyone sort of reacts in their own sort of like in their own way. So I really, really like what's going on here. I think it's very interesting. It's very interesting. It would make your big sister also happy, Shoto. Sis. I've never seen Natsu honest about his feelings like that. It's been 2 days since the battle, but public opinion on the #1 hero continues to waver. He only barely won, right? Are we sure he can do this? The man was covered in blood by the end. Man, Horikoshi's so good at that. Like, and the way that manga I think need to be. They need to be able to like, right? Like I think any manga worth their salt, like, has to be able to express like, right? Again, I like this word like spectrum, but I think spectrum is such a wonderful word. like the spectrum of like, you know, human like expression. You know what I mean? And like and the way that humans express their emotions and stuff like that, and feelings, and the way people are and their personalities. Look at this! Look at this woman! Look at her! She looks so haughty. She's just like, oh, well, just covered in blood. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, you know, just shame Endeavor. But at the same right, I'm like, just shame Endeavor, shame him. But at the same time, I'm like, you probably trash. All right, you probably trash, lady. He let that one League villain escape again, though. And hang on, didn't they already catch a bunch of Nomu? How's this guy struggling against one of those chumps, right? Like, oh, trash. This is like one of them, like, this is like one of those, like, they're like patented, like, garbage characters from, like, you know, an Urasawa, like, manga. You know, there's always that character that's just garbage, you know, and they're just so annoying. You don't want to hear them talk. You're just like, why are you here? You know? Some remained dissatisfied. Off, turn it off. But on the flip side, no. Don't give up just because the other guy's gone. There's still a dude out there risking it all for us. Can't you see? Oh, that dude. Well, I was an Edge Shot fan, but now, how could anyone not be a fan of Endeavor? I'm a fire type too, so honestly, yeah, I'm pumped about him. That Can't You See kid was great. He kind of turned things around. What I really like is this little bit, right? But like, there are people with similar abilities, but it's like training. You got to train your abilities. You got to get them stronger. This guy can make fire, but like not even close to the level of like a Todoroki or a Dabi or an Endeavor. All right, he ain't got it. All right, or he ain't done the training. Okay. The Can't You See kid has become something of a meme in his own right. His passionate cries have actually garnered support for Endeavor. Memes. Now, hang on. Endeavor did give us a good battle, but the Can't You See kid and Hawks' contributions were monumental. I remember that kid. Yep. I remember that kid too. They united everyone to cheer on the big man. That intangible something that you built up is crumbling down. No one can deny that he's facing down a powerful headwind, but now they're aware that we're in the age of Endeavor. Support for him will undoubtedly spread. As a hero, this Endeavor guy is pretty darn amazing. But it's just like Natsu said, I'm not ready to forgive you for abusing Mom. So heroics aside, what sort of dad are you going to be? That's what I want to find out. Sure, the perfect turning point can actually change someone. I know it's possible. Because it happened to Shoto. All right, because it happened to Shoto. All right, you can like, right, you can change like what you're doing, right? You can like say, okay, I was doing this stuff. Now I'm gonna try to work to get away from that stuff and do this stuff over here, right? That's like, I think, yes, you can do that, and depending on the situation and the context and everything like that, it takes you know, varying levels of work, right? Of hard work. So Endeavor, you better work. Okay, come on, Shoto. Let me get you some more soba broth. This isn't the way I want it to be. Number one, my unease and anger still plague me deep inside. Man, what purpose does our strength serve? The answer is a simple one. Power, a reason to dominate. When he told me that, it came to me in a flash. An ordinary, simple thought. I have to safeguard the future for them. That's the job for whoever's on top. And yet, what about the futures I cut short? Just demanding forgiveness isn't enough. It's too late for that. Oh. Too late. Too late. It's too late. It's too late. Too late. Too late. Too late. It's too late. Too late. You're leaving, Dad? Fuyumi, I'm sorry for everything. At this point, I need to atone. There's no other route. That was the wrong way. That was the wrong thing to say to Natsuo. Yeah. Yes, it was. but it's accurate because that's what like you'll see it. Abusers tend to be doing that. They like right and this is the thing, right? We understand that this is gonna happen, right? They're gonna say like people will say the wrong thing, right? When they are moving forward, when they're learning, when they're trying to figure this stuff out, they're gonna say the wrong thing. They will, all right? Right? I've done it. Other people have done it, right? In different contexts, right? I'm not saying me as like as an abuser or anything like that, but like me as like someone who's like a guy who was in the past like right treated women like dirt. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like this is the thing. Like if you were a dude, you went through elementary school, middle school, and high school, and even college, right? Like workplace, whatever. Probably treated women like dirt. Probably had. Sometimes without even knowing. So you gotta work. All right. This is one of those catchphrases. You gotta work. Okay, you gotta work. All right. It takes a lot of work, and you gotta keep working. You don't ever really stop working. All right. You just kind of get better at being like not trash, right? And we're not acting like trash, right? I think that's kind of how I feel about it. That day, after basic stamina training, I practiced using one for all. All right, so we shift. Didn't even take a bath. And I just collapsed into dreamland. And dream I did. Yo, what is that? What a panel! Whoa! Next to me stood a gorgeous woman with intense features and a lineup of other unfamiliar faces. Yo, check them out. They were, yes, I'd seen them once before. Yeah, when he fought, why am I blanking out? Shisui or something like that. I can't remember this guy's name. I'm terrible. The dude, sports festival. My ability to control people, like, man, I'm blanking. Somebody remember. Somebody tell me. Yes, yeah, much clearer this time. The remnants of one for all. Yo. Why struggle? Join me, my dear foolish brother. Never. You're wrong. And I can't forgive all you've done, brother. Whoa, where did this come from? Whoa. Chapter 192 end. That took a long time for me to read, but there was so much. Because that's how good it was. Yo. Man. Dope. Now, I would say it's not that Endeavor can't be forgiven. I think anybody can be like, forgiven in a sense. But a lot of times, like, forgiveness seems to be kind of hollow, like in some ways, right? It's not to say that right, at least when forgiveness is about the other person and not about the person that is forgiving, right? Because forgiveness is really, I think, about being able to sort of move forward and just be able to sort of like live and grow and do all these things. And I was talking to somebody through one of the comments in one of my in my Endeavor video, and dope. Just like she was dope. Like she just put down all these lists of things, and I never got to respond to it, but like it was great. It really allowed me to like think about like the comments that I made and sort of adjust things in that way. And like, right, like that forgiveness isn't about Endeavor. Like nor should it be. It shouldn't be about like him, like, being able to move on. Although like maybe that might help in him being like less trash or something. But I think like it's about it's about the abused, right? Like when the abused, I think like when they choose to forgive, that's like a conscious decision to be like, all right, I have to be able to move past these feelings and these memories and this pain and all these and the abuse and all of this stuff and the trauma and all of that, right? Like it's not to say that stuff disappears fully or anything like that, but it's like you have to be able to be like, okay, I need to do my thing. I need to be able to live. You know, I need to be able to like grow and do all these things and not stay still and not, you know, go backwards. You know, so I like, it's like, I'm not saying that Endeavor can't be forgiven. It's more about redemption. I like, personally, I think like, I don't know if like, you know, I like redemption, I think is tricky. And I think there's so many different ways that people look at redemption. I think people have different definitions of redemption. So, and I also think that like when it comes to certain things, like there's just certain things like you can't be redeemed, right? And I think some people like you can be redeemed, and I'm like, nah, that's not how that works. Like nah, can you be redeemed for you know, the like a being like you know like family abuse or child abuse, sexual abuse, or whatever stuff like that? Nah, like, you know what I mean? It's like, can rapists be like redeemed? No. For some people, redemption sort of like involves some sort of idea that like they can be like cleansed or you know, reborn, some weird like idea that I just don't like mess with. You know, so that's kind of how I feel about it. But I like, again, I think some people all like agree with that, and some people are just like, nah, I don't agree with that. And I'm like, I'm not talking about the people that agree with that. Like, if you agree with that, then great, then cool. If you don't, then like there, then we have a conversation about it and we, you know, figure that out. Okay, that's just kind of how I feel about it. You know, but I think I liked how Horikoshi handled this. I did, because again, the ways in which abuse affects families, in particular, it varies. All right, it really does. You know, and oftentimes you have that. You have a lot of that, where just like, you know, one sibling is just like, for, you know, like one sibling is like, yo, come on, we gotta give, you know, mom and dad a chance, whatever. Other siblings like, nah, I'm not really trying to do that. And I think that, you know, in both those situations, right, it's not as black and white as like, here's Natsu's side and here's Fuyumi's side, right? It's more like, what's going on with those two? How are they how are their reactions and their feelings, and how are they dealing with those things? Are they moving forward in a healthy way? What does that mean to move forward in a healthy way? I think those are the things that, you know, we should be talking about, you know, when we talk about this stuff. But I do think, again, I do like the way in which Horikoshi sort of presented things, and the way that he's talking about it, because I was like, yo, where's that stuff? You know, that's kind of stuff that I've been looking forward to for some time. And I'm glad that Horikoshi's gotten to it. I think when, you know, and that's the one thing, right? And it's one of the reasons why I do appreciate Horikoshi in that sense, because I think it's a lot of like, yeah, if you look at some of the sort of other shonen and stuff like that, sometimes it takes a while to deal with stuff like this. Like a while, like way too long to deal with stuff like this. So good. Okay. It was good. And I need to react to Promised Neverland. If it was any other day, I would just I should shoot you the link. We talk about it. It'd be dope. All right. But yo, what's good, Dame Silver? What's good? You know, but the only reason I can't do that today is just I got too much work. Like, it's like I gotta stream, and then I gotta react to another manga, and then I just gotta get to work, because like if I don't get to work and I wait too long, then I have all this prep to work to do, and then tomorrow the next day happens, and it's just like, ugh, you know. So what I want to do at some point, maybe during this week, maybe what I will do, because I don't have that much manga to react to, I think I'm gonna have a stream. We're gonna have this conversation. Maybe not tomorrow, but it is Tuesday, so maybe Thursday, before the next chapter comes out, so that we can actually have a discussion. Everybody's on the same page, and I think that'd be great. I think that'd be dope. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna have a conversation probably when I get home on Thursday. So Thursday I'll set it up. All right, but it was good. The chapter was great, right? And that's what I'm saying, right? It's like some people believe like this is about redemption, and I'm like, nah, because like even Endeavor is like, yo, like this is too late for that. You know, it's like Atonement is very different. Atonement, I think, is like is a bit different. You know, I think it is, because it's like I don't think they're the same thing. Maybe they are. I have to look into that. Maybe that's something that we might talk about during that stream that I set up. Like, is there a difference between redemption and atonement? What is that like? All right, because I think redemption has some sort of end, right? It's like redemption is like, okay, this is done. everything is, you know, like things are like cleaned or cleansed or whatever. And I'm like, nah. And atonement is different. Atonement is like a consistent thing. I don't like it. It's very much so like infinite in a sense. You know, you just keep doing that till you die. All right, until you die, right? So that's kind of how I feel about that, and I think that's like fine because again, like people will do that all the time, right? It's not just Endeavor, but like I think everyone does that in some capacity. And once you realize that you're doing that work, then I think in some ways it becomes not easier, but like things become more clear, and easier to go about doing that work in the right way, I think, you know, and doing that atonement work. Redemption, I think, is different. I don't really believe in that, depending on like certain things, you know. But yeah, you know, like I think there are certain things where it's like, yeah, whatever, right? If you steal like a piece of candy and you were like 6, you know, from like a Walmart or something like that, I'm like, yeah, I think you could be redeemed for that, right? Like that's right? This is the kind of stuff that's like this stuff that we're seeing in My Hero and everything. That's the stuff where it's like, nah, sorry, doesn't work like that. All right, I gotta get out of here. I gotta react to the Promised Neverland. That's what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. Okay. No. Angie Todoroki and Endeavor, they are the same person. One thing that bothers me is like, and we're gonna talk about this in the stream too, is that the way in which people separate personalities and stuff like that. I don't see it like that. Out of 10 in terms of the chapter, this was a solid chapter. I would say this to me might be like a 10 out of 10 chapter. I think it's a 10 out of 10 chapter. One, for 2 reasons. One, because they dealt with, I think, the Endeavor stuff in a great way. Horikoshi dealt with that Endeavor stuff in a great way. And then we got that at a left field, Midoriya Dream, the remnants of the remnants of One for All and all that. That was dope. Nah. That to me is like a very like it's a little too simplistic to be like this alter ego is someone else. I'm like, nah. I think that's why, like, when you read, let's say, if you read like Batman comics, like that's something that to me is like discussed. The more iterations of the Batman story that you see, the more blurred that line becomes between Bruce Wayne and Batman, right? If you see other iterations of Batman, Thomas Wayne and Batman, depending on like the the story that you're reading and everything like that, right? Flashpoint and all that. Like you see that stuff is blurred. So I don't even think Horikoshi wants you to believe that like those two sort of like representations are split, because they're not. And I think that like Endeavor understands that. It's not like, I'm not saying he has to stop being a hero or anything like that, but it matters, right? That stuff matters, right? Endeavor has done good, and Endeavor is Engie, and Engie is Endeavor. There's no, Endeavor's over there doing a thing and Endeavor doesn't get, like, I'm like, they're the same person. Like we understand that they like, there's like, I put on like this fire mask and now I'm going to do this stuff and everything like that. But it's like, no, Endeavor doesn't forget that he's Engie Todoroki. He doesn't forget that. So that's why I think, again, it's kind of dangerous to make that split and to sort of set up that binary. Like binaries are dangerous. All right. They don't, like, sometimes, like, man, they are troublesome. Okay. They are troublesome. Binaries are troublesome. And that's why we move from binaries to dichotomies, and then we move from dichotomies to just kind of like discussions about the ways in which things are intertwined and entangled and stuff like that. All right. That's why I think, like, when you look at like writings about that stuff, it moves in that way, because I think it's just very sort of like, it's very dangerous to talk about things in terms of simple sort of binaries. It leaves out a lot. Okay. All right. But I gotta go. Promised Neverland, y'all. Promised Neverland. I mean, they do, but it's not about the right, like, Sam, right? It's like they can act differently, but again, like, it's not like they become different people. They like, right, like Superman is Clark Kent, right? Like Clark Kent doesn't forget Daddy Superman. That it's Superman. And Superman doesn't forget that he's Clark Kent. There's a reason, like, those alter egos sort of feed in, sort of like kind of blend together. So yeah. And you see, again, you see that when you read comics like that are more recent, you see that blending of personalities and stuff like that. But yeah, all right, I gotta get out of here. We're gonna have that stream on Thursday. We're gonna talk about it. Sombra. We're gonna talk about it, Sombra. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. Same Orphe. We're gonna talk about it. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta check out that Neverland Greatness. All right, I gotta check out that Neverland Greatness. The Black Manga Critic. That was my live reaction / initial thoughts to My Hero Academia, chapter 192. And I'm out.